And there's even a third punch to this, the hook jab sort of, and it would be the second brain, your gut, with prime gut health that you're doing, because so many people have gut issues, and it is the starting point of everything. People say, look at the microbiome, look at the gut, and you'll understand why so many people are sick. It is where you host so much of the immune system, so many hormonal things, also just an incredible place to start if you want to be healthy overall. What was it that you looked at and placed into your formula for the gut that makes it different than, let's say, a probiotic or a prebiotic?
So this was a really important area for us. You're hitting on all the major buckets here, but leaky gut dysfunction, it's hard to repair a house while it's still on fire, right? So to look at things that are making a big difference in our doctors' dispensaries, a couple of them that come up consistently, serum bovine immunoglobulins. That was one that every practice I went into had this in there. And so looking at, okay, what's that right dose for long-term and acute? We settled on 1 gram. And then looking at more emerging things like butyrate or tributyrin, and we have the only patented tributyrin that has been shown to reach the colon. So improving short-chain fatty acids, complementing the immunoglobulins that will bind to pathogens that you don't want there and start that elimination process, then tapping into ID-verified probiotics in the form of spores that withstand different pH levels, different environments, and at the right dose. And the Tribac combination, or 3 different ID strains that together showed a really nice impact in acute situations with patients that were published. And the last piece is estrogen, right? Astragalus. This is not only reducing intestinal wall inflammation, it improves bioavailability, it improves the environment of the gut and the flora, and creating really these 4 ingredient combinations together replace 3 to 4 different products in our doctor's offices. So again, hitting on compliance and convenience and this synergistic advantage, this is a formula that many doctors have told me, this has changed the way they practice. This has changed their protocols because by helping mend the gut, it made everything else that they were doing that much more absorbed, utilized, and impacted. And so prime gut health to me is not only incredible early on in your journey, but then taking that 1 capsule long-term to address the role of the microbiome as a key target for longevity was another secondary goal of that formula.
What I've noticed also with practitioners or own and ones I speak with, you got to do 2 things before you could start really, getting treatments to have their full effectiveness. Number 1 is, of course, improve the gut health, clean it up, make sure it's optimized. And number 2 is remove toxins, right? Detoxify the body and get rid of those things that are always going to hamper it. And that alone is going to put you in such a better position for anything you do afterwards. One of the supplements that stuck out for me, I've been hearing a lot of buzz, I've never tried it myself, as a peptide, is the TB4 that you have. Can you talk about what TB4 is and how you were able to get that into an oral and a effective supplement?
Absolutely. So again, looking at different peptides, we look at small chain amino acids. In this case, the fragment that we have used here is a 4 amino acid chain. That's the 1 through 4 fragment in the Thymosin Beta-4, which is one of the more popular peptides. So the 1 through 4 frag is bioavailable. It's easy to break down and utilize. This formula also contains the SNAC we talked about earlier, right? The salcaprozate sodium, and then the thymogen, which is a bioregulator dipeptide, or 2 amino acids. Again, very easy to break down and utilize. We looked at dosing this correctly, so 500 micrograms of each and per capsule. It's in a delayed release or acid-resistant capsule to further enhance the absorption potential. And really, that's where it ended there. We were looking at, from our providers or healthcare providers, what was making a big difference in their practice. These were 2 different formulas that they were using. They were like, hey, if you could streamline these both together, you can improve the dose and make these more affordable. Because what we're seeing is this immune resilience being a prime focus for a lot of the doctors that consider themselves functional, integrative, or regenerative. And so how do we fix a broken immune system? It's not that easy, right? It's, where do peptides fit in? Where's lifestyle changes, clean up the gut, and then introduce more of those nutrients that are healing, that help the body put it in a position to actually respond to when something's coming in and invading it, right, or insulting it. And so these two peptides, again, were orally bioavailable, showed an advantage of pairing them together. And a lot of that was already done with individual work that they were doing with the other formulas within their practice. So we just looked at a way to make it better, make it more affordable to get in more people's hands, and improve on the bioavailability component.
Yeah, which is always big. You gotta find it to be bioavailable for it to truly work and start with the high quality ingredients there.